input to help in a variety of ways, whether it's helping with the cemetery work that goes on here all the time. You can be at home on your computer and help do research for the cemetery. Well, Beverly and I are on the Phoenix Rising board, and we do a whole host of things to lift up the legacy of African American horsemen. But I want to end by saying that from the African burial ground in the 1600s, the folks were asking for a resting place because they said back then Black Lives Mattered in the 1600s. They matter so much that we need a place to place our ancestors. People came in here in 1860 after the Civil War, had a similar pronouncement. But the lives of our people, Black lives matter so much that we're going to buy some land a few years after emancipation. And many of the burial rites were rites which you might call from the old country, using various kinds of African burial rites. Burying with your head towards the east with shells. I bought some shells, you know, to kind of show how, if you read them, there's a great video about the African burial ground, about 2 hours long, a great video that talks about the different burial rites. They found different things in the grave sites, like shells and jewelry and things like that. So anyway, so I am finished with my talk. Open now for questions, comments, things like that.
Thank you.
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
You said something about the Benevolent Society.
Yes.
Sounds fascinating. Like, so it's like a group of great men that kind of look out for the community?
Well, yes. It was largely men, okay? And again, all across the country, you can find similar groups having been formed, okay? Not just here. But it's like mutual aid society. And they came together to pool both the physical labor of serving the community as well as financial support, organizational support. And in this document, I have compiled a variety of web sources that discuss the society and things that they did. But they did a variety of things.
And what was the time period of this society?
Well, here in Lexington, I found a UK document dated about 1843 when they formed the Benevolent Society. But I'm sure there were those that were formed even prior to that around the country. They were organizations that all kinds of people helped start. Okay? And they were, yeah, go ahead.
So one of the things I would point out is that cooperative or benevolent societies, much like what the one that helped form the cemeteries, are the way that more than half of the world's population meets their basic needs. So this whole idea of cooperatively pooling resources, whether it's physical, financial, organizational, is how more than half of the world's population chooses to, or is really kind of forced to meet their needs. Because I mean, capitalism sucks, honestly. But it's how people meet their needs when they don't individually have the resources to do it on their own. So it's really an interesting thing to study.
Yeah. And it's like a statement because we can learn a lot of lessons from history, from the cemetery, and the work that went on to create it, to expand beyond it, and learn lessons. One of the old traditions of barn raising was a benevolent society. Okay, we're going to go over to Bev's farm, okay, Saturday, and help them build their barn because next month we're going to come over to Kitty's farm okay, and helped build her barn, and things like that. The ownership now, as far as I know, it's owned by the city. Mark is the cemetery expert.
It is not.
Oh, it's not.
It is not. It is owned by African Cemetery No.2 Inc. We are the official owners of the property because the city more or less abandoned it. So we took charge of the property.
Yeah.
Way to go! Way to go! Give my hand. All right. Thank you, Mark.
Cemetery No.2 like a corporation with a board and all that.
We have a board. I'm a member of the board. We are a non-profit 13C organization. Sole responsibility is maintaining the cemetery as a memorial site and as a historic site and as an educational site for Lexington.
When was the last burial here?
The date would be 1974. Is probably 1972 was the last official burial.
Is there any reason why there couldn't be a burial here now?
It has been officially closed, and because there isn't any kind of an endowment for internment, it wouldn't be a very good thing to put any more individuals here. Plus, because there's over 6,000 individuals, there's no more space to put any other individuals in. What you see is only about 1,000 markers, and there's over 6